Hi, welcome to Introduction to Theater. My name is Brian Heimbach, Dr. Brian Heimbach, but please feel free to call me Brian. This video is meant to be a general introduction to most of what you need to know about the course. As you will see, there are other videos that give you specific information about assignments and other specific topics. So this is like first day of class. This is what this course is about. I welcome you from my backyard. I'm sitting on my patio, and you can probably hear the train that's going by. So let's get to it. First of all, I want to say that I'm making this video as generic as possible so that I can use it in the future. So there's probably not a whole lot about this introduction video that is very specific to dates on the calendar or what have you. And as we scroll through, you see the Moodle page that I'm using here is my development shell. It's this it's the home base for the Moodle page for this course. And as you will see, the dates are kind of screwy. So there will be a few things on this page that look quite different from your page. So just roll with it. It's not a big deal. It's all the same information. Having said that, it's all the same information. There may be a few things that I'm going to say here that, a year from now when I make this video, it's not completely relevant. So as I am going to say again, if there's anything that seems contradictory from other course material, contact me right away. Or in this video, just kind of ignore it. Because there's a great deal of information here. I do not remake this video every term because it's the same information. So there. And I have a cheat sheet of things that I want to make sure that I get to, if I can find them. And so I'll be referring to that on occasion. Anyway, so before we get into specifics about this course, I just want to cover a little bit about the time commitment for this class. If you've had me in another class, you probably have heard some version of this before. This is a 4-credit, F-O-U-R, credit university transfer course. There's a reason that if you take 12 hours, that's considered full-time. Full-time work is 40 hours a week. So if you have 12 credit hours, you will be working approximately 40 hours a week on those courses. That is not just the time you spend sitting in class. Of course, that formula is easier to look at when you're looking at a face-to-face class because you sit for a 4-credit lecture class. You're sitting in the room with your instructor and other students for 4 hours a week. Well, that's only 4 hours a week. It's expected that when I was going to school, a lot of teachers told me, and different courses are different, but for every hour you spend in class, that's 2 hours outside of class that you should be preparing for that. For a lecture course, lab courses are different. For a lab, you show up and you do the work there. Lecture courses, the idea is that you're putting 2 hours outside of class for each hour you spend in class. So for a lecture class, if you're sitting in class for 4 hours a week, that's 8 hours a week you're putting in. There you go, 12 credits. 8 hours outside, 4 hours in, that's 12 hours a week. That's 12 credits. That's how I have designed this course. I consistently lowballed that number when I literally have gone through every assignment that I've given you and added up how many hours, minutes, I think it's going to take you to finish that, and that's how I decided on how much material to put in each week. There are numerous weeks where you are doing well under 12 hours. As a matter of fact, I've shot for a basic 10 hours, and that includes your weekly quizzes and your blog posts. So what I'm looking for, what I aim for was 10 hours. When it was a reading assignment, I estimated probably longer than it takes most people to read. People read at different speeds, so I wanted to. I'm a slow reader myself, so I wanted to create this number, the hours worth of assignments every week to make it possible for everybody to do this work within a 10-hour time limit. Everybody's different, though. There may be a reason that you're taking an online class, and that may be because of your learning style. So you may have something unique and beautiful about you that means that some weeks it will take you longer to do what other people are doing, same amount of work in a longer length of time. So, don't worry about that. However, I have always overestimated the length of time it would take you to do something. If you don't have at least 10 hours a week to dedicate to this course this term, then this might not be the time for you to take this course. As I said, it's a university transfer course that will transfer to every school on the planet. I promise you, if it doesn't, contact me directly. I will go and beat up whoever it is telling you that they don't accept this course. I'll send them the syllabus, whatever. And bear in mind that in a lot of schools it's called Theater 101. The 272 number is that way only because it more closely aligns to the number of this course at University of Oregon. It should be numbered a 100 level. It should be Theater 101. If you look at, 100 is a survey course, 200 is a little bit more advanced, 300, 400, you take 400 level courses when you're a senior. Supposedly that's how it works. Well, there's no reason this course should not be numbered 101. It is not difficult. There have been times where I thought maybe I need to change it to 101 just to more accurately reflect what we do in the course, and hopefully not to scare some people away from it. I'd be interested to hear if that's something that most students think about when they take the course. They think, oh, it's 200 levels, so it's harder than 100, but that's not the case for this course. It is not a hard course. However, there is a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of viewing. It's mostly viewing. We do have a textbook, which we'll look at in a moment, and you read a little bit over half of it, and lots of videos to watch. So it can be unwieldy, but it is not difficult. And it's just a matter of doing the assignments, putting some thought into them, and completing them on time, and you're going to do fine in this course. I'll go ahead and throw this idea out there now. I'll hit it again at the end of this video. My goal for this course is to get you through it successfully. Actually, I have a few goals. Number one, get you through this course successfully. That means with a good grade and learning a lot about theater. Number two, I want to turn you into the ideal theater goer. If you are a theater practitioner, if you do theater, then I want you to make you smarter about what you're doing. I want you to, but as an audience member even, I want you to really appreciate what good theater is. Bad theater hurts my soul. It is one of my life's purposes to make theater in the world better. And I feel like this is an amazing opportunity I've been given to do that, to educate audience members and theater practitioners alike to move forward and have higher standards. That's what I hope for. Number three, my goal is for you to get an Associates of Arts, be it the AAOT or the AAS or AS or whatever it is. It's extremely important to me and hopefully to you that you get a degree while you're at Lane. Every student I have had that has left Lane and transferred somewhere before they got their degree has always come back to me and said, oh, I wish I'd gotten my degree. Once you get your degree, it makes life after Lane so much easier. And if you're not going on to a further academics, then getting your associates is something you really need. You'll make a lot more money throughout your life. For every college degree you have, the saying, you make $1 million more through the course of your life. I have a PhD. I don't know if that really fits for me. But anyway, so I want you to get your degree. I want you to succeed in this course, and I want you to know what good theater is. And that's what we're doing here. So please don't give up. No matter what happens, please don't give up. Weird things happen, It's only 10 weeks, but a lot of things can come up in 10 weeks. Personal things happen, family issues, academic issues, personal issues, health issues. Believe me, I know about that. no matter what happens, please don't just disappear, and please don't just give up. Even if you've missed a lot of assignments and you're really behind, contact me and I will do my best to work with you so that you succeed in this class. That's what I'm talking about. My number one goal is to make sure that you succeed in this class and that you learn a lot about theater. I'm not just giving away grades, but there are many ways that I can reshape the class, rethink an assignment, so that you do put in the work. You know, if you break your leg, doesn't mean you're going to come to me and say, oh, I broke my leg. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. Here's an A. That's not going to happen. But I can work with you on maybe extending due dates, making things easier for you in terms of shows that you have to go see or what have you. There's a lot that I can do to personalize this course. I've been teaching this course for a very long time. I know the material very well, and I know what it takes to get through to a student and have you really learn a lot about theater. There's many shapes and forms that can take. So please do not give up. Please do not disappear. Please keep me in the loop about what's going on with your life so that we can get you through the course and making good grades. And so that you can recommend this course to many people in the future and let them all take it. I did used to teach this course face-to-face, in case you're curious about that. And it didn't do very well. Didn't get many students in it. I don't know if it was a scheduling thing or what have you. So now it's online and it's doing much better in terms of numbers. So please tell your fellow students about this course. I think it's pretty fun. Of course, I'll introduce myself. Like I said, my name is Brian. I am a professional director, an actor, singer, a little bit of a writer. I work frequently at the Oregon Contemporary Theater in downtown Eugene, which is the closest thing to a really fully functioning professional theater that Eugene has. I've worked in Portland quite professionally. I'm originally from South Carolina. I ran a professional new play contest and there at a theater there. I have 3 degrees in theater, bachelor's from Florida State, master's from University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and a PhD from University of Georgia. And so I've studied theater a lot, and I love it. And I'm not just an academic, I do it also. And throughout the term when I'm involved in things, I will let you know all about them. So I think theater is an amazing complement to people's lives. You don't have to do it professionally to take advantage of all the beautiful things that theater can do. Most people don't. 90% of the theater that happens in the U.S. is non-professional. I wonder what that number is for the world. I bet it's even higher. So theater's awesome. Let's look at what theater is and what it does. So here's the class. We're just going to scroll down and sort of look at things, and then you'll figure out what you got to do. Some of these things are where, yeah, I need to replace this because this is the old one, the one that I'm making now. Syllabus, click on it. It'll take you to a Google Doc. Once Google decides to wake up. So, again, this may have changed. My office hours may be different. Look at your syllabus and figure it out. I'm not going to read these things to you that you can read yourself. Course description, we look at playwriting, theater history, everything about the art and business of making theater is the little tag phrase I've given this course. So our objectives are, here you can read them. Every week we focus on different ones. A couple of them are the stronger ones. Like the first 2 we hit many weeks. But each week I sort of let you know, hey, this is the outcome that we're focusing on. Outcomes are the things you're going to be able to do once you leave the course. You'll be able to express your appreciation for theater practitioners, past and present, and how they've used the medium as a means of expression and activism. This is a big one. Evaluate the personal, social, and artistic strengths and weaknesses of the theater experience, utilizing vocabulary specific to the dramatic arts. So you're going to learn a lot of specific terms and what they mean, and you're going to see a couple plays and offer your analysis of them. You're gonna be able to figure out how dramatic literature is structured, how it's put together, and not just dramatic literature, but story in general. We look at numerous international theatrical traditions. We could do an entire course on, just, theater of India, but but we do cover that, and I'm glad at how I'm always trying to trickle in more of theater from around the world, not just the U.S. I do have to acknowledge, though, that this course is primarily U.S.-centric. It's where we live. It's where we go and see theater most easily. But the theater from other places around the world is important to look at and informs what we do, too. We do look at some critical theories, and we apply them to plays and production. Critical theories being a term you may have heard in a literature course, like looking at postmodernism and modernism, looking at feminism, post-colonialism, all the beautiful isms, looking at things from a LGBT, QIA perspective. So yeah, there's a lot of that. It just gives us a different lens to discuss what we're discussing. Materialism is the biggest one. It's the mother of all critical theories, and we're going to look at that too. So you're going to write 2 tests yourself. We're going to look at all the, well, we're not. There's separate videos for all the description of the assignments. So there's 1 video for the test, 1 video for production responses, 1 video for manifestos, and 1 for blogs and pop quizzes. So here's the breakdown. Tests are worth 10% each, production responses 10% each, manifesto 20%. Right? 200 points each. No, I was dividing these in half. Sorry. 20% for each test, 20% for each production response, and 20% for the manifesto. So 8 big assignments, and they all count 20% each. Total 1,000 points. You see the breakdown. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't ask me to do math. Your blogs and your quizzes don't count points. They take away points if you don't do them. The assumption is that you're going to do them. If you don't, then you get a half a letter grade deducted from your final average. Here are the breakdown at 10-point scale, as probably I think every other course at Lane is. Attendance, you need to log into Moodle twice a week until you finish the course. By the way, if you want to plow through this course and do everything in a week, go for it. Might be a little hard because you have to see some plays, but fine. Late work policy, please. I know I'm droning on for a bit. I've been talking for 18 minutes right now, but this one is extremely important. So I will take a breath. You take a breath. Listen to the late work policy, because I get numerous questions about this. If you turn in every single assignment before the due date, you are amazing, and you are not the average. Almost every student turns in something a little bit late. There's nothing wrong with that. If you have reasons for it, it shouldn't just be a habit. But so here's my late work policy. I do accept late work. Let me pause. Let me make sure you heard that. I do accept late work, okay? Because I'm going to get at least 5 people asking me that. If you turn an assignment within a week of the due date, there will be a 10% deduction off the grade that that assignment earns, as we'll look at it in a moment. If you turn it in after a week, then there's a 20-point deduction. That's a total of 20. It's not 10 plus 20. It's a total of 20. And that 20-point deduction sticks until Thursday of exam week. So the maximum deduction, and Thursday of exam week is the drop dead date. I really have to turn in grades by Friday of exam week, and so therefore I need everything by Thursday. Now, of course, I know you're all going to be awesome and turn everything in on time, so you really don't need to listen to this, but listen to it. 20% maximum deduction. Bear in mind that that 20% is the deduction off the grade that it earns. not off of 100. So everything you turn in late doesn't automatically, get an 80. It gets 20 points minus whatever grade you have earned. Okay? 20-point maximum deduction. Another reason not to give up. I'm going to keep coming back to this. Don't give up. I have structured this course so that no matter what happens, you can get out of it with a good grade. 20% maximum deduction if you turn in late work. Okay? Plagiarism and dishonesty, academic dishonesty, don't do it. There are a couple times throughout the term, whenever you do research, give credit. In this course, the ways that students have committed some academic dishonesty, instead of seeing a show, they will read about it on the internet and then write their production response as if they saw it. That's lying. And I can always tell because they're usually reading about a Broadway production and they're going to see a show at U of O and they talk about all these things that, these awesome things. And I'm like, I didn't see that in that show. I'm going to see the shows that you see, most likely, unless you're from out of town. So don't do it. If you do any research, you need to cite where you do that research. That's not just for papers, even for a blog post. If you look something up on Wikipedia, you need to cut and paste that Wikipedia site onto the blog post. So there's one time throughout the term where students often fall into this trap, but I'll try to remind you once that comes around. So just don't be dishonest. If you need information about disability resources, or the Center for Accessibility Resources is what it's called. I think I have an old name here. Here's their info. This doesn't apply to online courses so much. It basically says that we may take your picture in class and use it to promote the program, but I probably won't take a picture of you sitting in your pajamas doing an online class. So, all right. So, syllabus, we looked at that. Description of the assignment. So this is a good time to talk about books. What I just clicked on, that little green thing, is called a book. And these are the chapters. So you click on the book, it takes you to the first chapter, and you can scroll to the next. Moodle has a few little pitfalls, I feel like. For example, at the bottom of this chapter, it says, it takes you to the next page on the main Moodle page. It's not the next page of the book. So if you try and go to the next chapter of this book, don't click here. You got to click here, perhaps? Is that where it is? Yes. Or better yet, just to be safe, go to this menu down here and just click and scroll through that way. So I'm not going to tell you about the assignments because you can go to this book and there's a video of me describing the assignment, just like the one you're watching now, and there's a full written description. So do that. These are for all your graded assignments. You've got 2 tests, 2 production analysis, a manifesto, and then your blogs. So there's that. Description of assignments. Next, we have, I'm going to take a second to pause and make sure you know about the Student Production Association of Lane Community College. All the shows that we do at Lane are produced by a student club. When you click on this, who knows, I'm not going to click on this because who knows what you're going to see. It's going to take you to my Facebook page. This is a link to SPA's Facebook page, which is the best way to find out everything about them. Please click on this, like this page, follow them. It's a great way to find out about everything that, I'm going to silence my phone, great way to find out about everything that's going on theater-wise on campus, as well as off campus. I get many emails every term, somebody looking for actors for, this is so rude, I'm sorry, there we go, looking for actors in a video. Sometimes it's paid, and I'll post it there. So you really should information about auditions at Lane as well as around town. So it's just a great resource. So all the productions on campus are produced by a club. If you are interested in doing anything that a theater company does, anything from sweeping the floors to taking money at the box office to hiring professional directors to picking shows, obviously all the production, design, technology, acting, whatever. SPA is for you. It's a great way to learn how to do it. SPA is a theater company on campus. I am their advisor, so I am there to be a professional resource for them to make sure they get everything done and show them how to do it. But they meet Tuesdays at 5 o'clock in the Blue Door Theater. You are welcome anytime. So come join SPA. It's an awesome group. We do 3 productions and 3 workshop presentations every year. You will be hearing all about the productions because you're going to be kind of required to see one of them if you are located in Eugene. So that's SPA. Speaking of shows you have to see, if you click on this, it will take you to a Google Doc that lists, it's for the entire year, but it will list term by term shows that you can see for free. If you live in Eugene, you'll be seeing 2 of those probably. Our textbook is a PDF. Let me take a moment to talk about our textbook. It's really hard to find a good Intro to Theater textbook. A lot of them include just so much, like most of them are half just theater history and take a theater history class. So this one I found, it's Theatrical Worlds. It's free. That's the main reason I use it, to be brutally honest. However, it's good. It's a nice general introduction to many things about theater. However, it is a PDF. So I've loaded the PDF onto this top section in our course, the course information, but I've loaded links to it each week that will take you back to the text when you have to do a reading assignment. So it ain't rocket science. It's a very simple read. It's very clear, easy language. There's a lot of pictures. The first week you have to read this first section, which as you can see is 50 pages. Don't freak out. It's a very easy read, lots of pictures. Most students really enjoy this book, and it's free. And it's good. I mean, if it sucked, I wouldn't use it. So it's a good book. Here it is here on this course info section, but it is also linked on each week when you have some chapters to read. Ask Brian almost anything. This is a forum where you post questions. I'm not going to click on it because it's going to show you other posts that students have in the past have done, but it's you just post your questions there. This is a good place to post questions where other students might benefit from that question, like, hey, is it just my computer or is that link broken? And then I can go and look at it, or other students can look and respond. If you have a question that is this, ask Brian almost anything, all the other students in the class are going to see it. So if you ask something about your specific grade or something like that, I'm not going to respond to it there. I'll have to send you an email about it. But before you send me an email to ask a question, ask yourself, would other students benefit from hearing the answer? And if so, put it there. I get it there just as easily as I do an email. Announcements, I will probably try to delete, but somehow it magically comes back. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it. If I do post something there, it will send you an email, so you'll get it both ways. Just a plea, please check your emails. I know it's totally not cool to check your email anymore, but, email is legally the only way the school has to contact you. So if financial aid decides, hey, we're just going to take all your money away, they're going to inform you by an email. Check your emails daily, please. While you're in class, check your emails daily. Student chat is intended for you to post questions to your fellow students. I will not respond to them. It's not used very often, but it's there in case you want it. And then your first assignment. Introduce yourself. Click on here. I'm going to go ahead and open this one because the directions are there. Introduce yourself. Tell me and your fellow travelers a bit about who you are. What are your goals? The main thing I want to point out here is, though, tell me where you live. Where are you right now? because that lets me know where you're going to be seeing shows. Obviously, it's an intro to theater class. You're going to have to go see shows. Only 2, which really stinks, I think, but I've figured out that that's the fair number. Go see more, please. But you can get extra credit if you go see more. So, where are you? That's the most awesome thing I want to know. So, that's the sort of general thing. We'll quickly look at each week. And what you do, basically what you do is you click on the overview. Overview is very short and sweet. It's basically what outcomes are we hitting that week. You're not graded on it. It's just a lot of students like to know what's the focus, what are we doing, how is this contributing to the overall big picture of this course. And then you just go down the line, click on a book, and it will open, and then it will give you links to lectures. Sometimes it opens in a new window. Sometimes it turns that window into something else.
Hello, and welcome to what is most likely the first lecture that you've listened to for it.
Videos that I made myself. Many of them are videos that I found on the internet that, why reinvent the wheel? They can make videos better than I can. So you'll go down and you'll either read or watch everything that's listed here. Let me be clear. Even if it's a reading, it's listed here too. So number 1 was a video. Number 2 is chapter 1 from our textbook. So you click on that, you come over here, it will hyperlink to the textbook. So for some reason, it takes a little bit longer to load through these hyperlinks sometimes. So you may want to go back. You can choose to open it here and read it, or you can choose to go back to the main page and scroll back up to the top and open it there. It's the same book. It's just linked different ways. So read the overview, go into each book, read or watch everything it says. Some weeks, most weeks, there's more than one book. Click on here, for example. There's a video, me lecturing about a dramatic structure, and then a play to read. And then sometimes there's other little extra things. So here's a video of a production. This first little play you're going to read is Trifles. Many of you have read it in other classes. So here's the text, but here is a link to a video of it. So if you want to watch it while you're reading, great. If you want to do that for all the shows, even if I haven't loaded something up, I'm going to kill this because you're going to watch it later. Even if I haven't uploaded a video, if you want to find a video of it, that is just fine with me for all the assignments, for all the plays that we're going to read. However, you really do have to follow along with it with the script. I think that's a really fun way to watch it because you get to sort of read it and have your own interpretation and see how another actor, another director has interpreted it. But it also makes sure that they didn't change the script. A lot of plays, when they're turned into movies, are adapted. I think it's kind of a waste of your time to try to find movie adaptations because they always change them horribly. However, on YouTube, you might find literal videos of theater productions. Or you might find really old videos, and back in the way yonder old days, they really didn't change the plays all that much. Sometimes they would just practically film a theater production, and that's great. So that you're going to do this. You're going to watch review everything that's in a blog, in a book, and then every week you're going to post a blog. I'm not going to discuss this here because the full description of it is in the description of the assignments. And then every week, pretty much, you'll have a pop quiz. You click on there and you answer the pop quiz. Again, I have talked about this in the description of the assignments. Bear in mind that your pop quizzes are forums where everybody sees them. It's a chat, so everybody sees your answers. So there. So first week, what is theater? What are plays? Second week, we look at theater practitioners. Same thing. Read the overview, click onto the book, read or review everything that's in a book, go through all the book. I'll go through all the books. Here is you're going to read quite a few chapters from the textbook, so I made a separate book just for that. Open it, read it. If you want to print out the book and kill a few trees, fine. No, I don't care. Might be easier to keep track of what you read and what you haven't. I hate it when Moodle does that. That little bounce. Another blog, another pop quiz. So that's what you do. You do that. Theater history. Here's a little intro to this week, so I won't waste any time on it right now. But these first, like I said, it's about 10 hours a week. These first 2 weeks are well under 10 hours, so you probably want to work ahead because the theater history week is probably about 11 hours. So, but it's worth it. So again, course overview, book, go into the book, do what you got to do everything in the book, post your blog and your quiz, and then week 5 and week 10 we do. That's when you turn in the test that you write and your production analysis. So a full description of the production analysis and the test are in the description of the assignment. I do want to encourage you, regardless of what I said in the description of the assignment for the production response, I really want to encourage you to use Broadway HD. Canopy is different from every term. You never know what videos are going to be there, and they're getting fewer and fewer theater productions. Make sure that you're watching a play, not a documentary about theater, if you use Canopy. I just recommend you use Broadway HD. Yeah, they cost it's less than $10 to see a video of a Broadway show, you know. So, yeah. Better yet, go see the live productions that are here on the list of free shows that you can go see, which I talk about in the description of the assignment. You can go see shows at University of Oregon, Oregon Contemporary Theater, and on campus at LCC. So that's the best way. Or if you're out of town and there's a professional theater, or it doesn't have to be professional, if there's a theater company around, go see shows there. Just anything besides K through 12 is just fine. If you ever have a doubt about this or anything, just zap me an email and say, hey, is this a good one to write my first or second production analysis about? And I don't have to have seen it. So there you go. If you go to Ashland, by all means, see something at OSF. You'd be crazy if you didn't. Another thing about each week, there's remember, these dates are crazy because this is my blank sort of shell, and somehow those dates ended up there. Each week, when there are shows, the shows that are listed here, when they come up each week, I've listed them there. So here's show at U of O for this week. Also, it just happened there were 2 shows this week. So yeah, there are plays to read. If there's something that's not in a book like this is, just go for it. Go with it. The Disgrace is a play that we read. So you click on it, and here's a performance, here's a review, here's a discussion from the playwright, but the play's not there. It's really kind of a pain in the butt to load things into a book. I actually have to ask the students at the ATC to do it. And sometimes things hopefully this will be in the book by the time you see it. I do want to add that there may be different plays. I tweak the plays for many different reasons. So if the plays, however, the structure is the same, week, 6, you're always going to be reading 2 full lengths and 1 shorter play, you know. So your plays may look different than these look. What's there, read it. And blog, there should be a pop quiz here. I just didn't load it up yet. Another week, more stuff. You get the drill. You do it. Week 10, same thing as week 5. Another test, another production response. And then week 10, you do your final paper. It's a manifesto, and the full description of that is on Moodle, in the top, all the way up to the top. Looking at my list, make sure I've gotten everything. Please, if anything looks strange, contact me. If dates are weird, if there was one time where I uploaded the course, and when I upload it, just more information that you might care to know about. When I upload a course, I copy it from this main shell or from the last time I taught it. But I have to go in and change certain things, obviously. I have to change the shows that are available to see. I may change the plays you read. And I have to change the due dates for the assignments because I have to literally go in and say, this is when this one's due. There was one time I forgot to do that, and it started giving, marking everything as late. And it was not pretty. And nobody told me. So just email me. I am very human, and I hate technology. Computers are evil. They're going to destroy the world. They never really do work well enough when we need them to. And I resent the fact that you have to have a degree in computer programming to be a citizen. But it is our plight. So do not assume that I am not a ding-dong. Please, if anything seems strange, ask me about it. Let me know what's up with this. And ask questions. I have probably made a mistake. I am very human. Theater is the most human of all art forms, I will argue, and I'm a theater guy. So there you go. Yeah, what else is in there? You do need a good computer connection to take this course. You're watching videos. That takes a lot of bandwidth. I have had students that live in more rural areas for whatever reason, different reasons. The speed of their connection might be problematic. Take the course and come on campus if you're in Eugene. Find a better hotspot if you're not. So please. And you do need a working knowledge of computers. Again, it's the age where we're all kind of have that, but whatever. That's all I have to say really right now. I do want to reinforce the don't give up syndrome. Don't employ the giving up syndrome. No matter what happens, contact me. Email me. You can call me during my office hours. You can stop by and see me. Let me know what's going on with you. The thing that I think is a bit stinky about this course is I don't get to see you and interact with you. And that's why I love teaching. So do not hesitate to contact me for anything that you might need to help you succeed in this course. If you see me in the theater, around town, or whatever, please say hi, introduce yourself. And if you see me when this class is over, introduce yourself too. I'm horrible with names. So if I don't remember your name, especially since I didn't meet you face to face, if I haven't met you face to face. So I hope you have a great term. I'm looking forward to this course. I love teaching it, and I hope you love it as much as I do. Great. See you at the theater.